So it is late October in Indiana, and our weather has gone down the toilet. It is mid to low 30s. It's been spitting snow and sleet and junk all day. So the idea of doing an outdoor adventure on a day like today is pretty much not going to happen. So I don't know what to make a video about. So I'm a little perplexed. So I got thinking, what other things do I enjoy doing that I could share with you that might be interesting? And most of the stuff that I do is not interesting and is not video worthy. But one thing that I do like to do is cook. I just make things up as I go. I'm one of those guys that can take a hamburger helper and make it a gourmet meal because I put all kinds of other junk into it. The problem is that from time to time I make something that's pretty good and then I forget what I put in it, so I can't make it again. My bride, on the other hand, she can cook. She's a decent cook. She just hates doing it. So it's a pretty good thing for us because I like to cook and I don't want to clean up the mess. She doesn't like to cook and doesn't mind cleaning up the mess. So we got a pretty good thing going. But what I'm going to do, my very first ever cooking video, I'm going to show you one of my famous recipes. It's the easiest thing that one could make, but with the holidays around the corner, it is the perfect thing to be able to put together easily, and it's a good appetizer, and it can go a long way. It just depends on how much you make. So my family loves it, and every time we have a dinner they tell me to make this stuff. I don't even know what to call it. It's a chip dip. I made it one time and a guy at work said it tastes like biscuits and gravy, so that's what I kind of called it, my biscuits and gravy chip dip. And this is what is in it. I have 2 blocks of, let's see, I guess it would be 2 8-ounce packages of Philadelphia cream cheese, some kind of sausage of your choice. I'm not big on spices, so I just get regular old sausage, but the brand and the style, that's entirely up to you. And some type of diced tomatoes with chilies. Now there's a company called Rotel and they make these, but I'm cheap and I got the Kroger brand. The Rotel was $1 a can, Kroger was 50 cents. And then you need a tortilla chip of your choice. Now the scoops are really good because this stuff ends up coming out pretty thick. So the scoops are outstanding, but again, me being the tightwad that I am, I bought also the Kroger tortilla chips. So it's a matter of combining these ingredients together for the perfect chip dip. And it all starts with cooking this first. So that's first step. Let's brown our sausage. So the next step in our, what are we making? Oh, we're making a chip dip. We've got the 1 pound of sausage browned. It's sitting on the stove. And now we've got the other 2 components. What we need to do is put these together. So 2 blocks of the Philadelphia cream cheese. So we got those. And we're going to put them in the pot. Now, there's a lot of people, and the way I normally do this, if I'm going to a family dinner, I will put this in a small crock pot. But I'm just having this for supper because I think it's awesome. And also with this, you can double the portions for obviously double the sizes. If you did 2 pounds of sausage with 4 of these and 2 cans, you just double the portion. So it's real simple. So we got to get these babies out. So what I'm going to do, normally if you do it in a crock pot, you just throw your meat in the crock pot because it's already warm, and throw the cream cheese on top, and it will melt down the cream cheese pretty quick, especially if you turn the crock pot on. And then once it's melted down, you can throw in your chilies and then just stir them in and you're done. And then just kind of let it warm up to the temperature that you prefer. I usually like this stuff to be warm. So let's see. Why do they do this? At least they make it difficult. And when you take stuff like this to a dinner and everybody loves it, you can make a big deal out of it like it was some really difficult thing to do. So, cream cheese in the pot. And I don't want to waste any of it. So now what we'll do is we'll throw this on the stove and let this start melting down. I'll do it at a real low heat because you don't want to scorch this. If you're going to do it at a high heat, try to get it done quickly, then you better be standing there and you better be stirring it. But low heat on the stove and just melt this down. So once that's melted down, you can add your sausage and your chilies. So we'll do the sausage first. And now the can of chilies. Usually these chilies have got a lot of juice in them too, and I drain most of the juice out. So that's all there is to it for this really cool, easy chip dip. Like I said, it's fantastic to take to dinners or office parties, things like that, because A, it's super easy. B, it's super good. And everywhere that I've ever taken this, people just love it. It's just one of those things that they think it's really complicated, and it's really not. What we had was, for this this portion, we had 1 pound of ground sausage, spicy to your choice. We had 2 blocks of the Philadelphia cream cheese. I think each block is 8 ounces. And we had 1 can of the diced tomatoes with green chilies. And like I said, there's a company called Rotel. They make these chilies. I bought the off-brand. To me, they're just as good. And then consuming them with the like the white corn tortilla chips. I prefer the smaller ones because if they're too big, I don't know, it's just not as good. And this is best served out of a small crock pot. What I typically do if I'm taking it somewhere is I'll prepare everything and I'll get it warm and I'll let it cool down in the refrigerator. And then if I'm taking it the next day or whatever, then I'll plug it in, plug the crock pot in and let it get warmed up. The biggest thing about this is paying attention to it so you don't scorch it. So whether it's in the crock pot or whether it's on the stove top, you just want to make sure that you're low heat and you're stirring it occasionally. When it's in the crock pot at the dinners, I usually just unplug it, and when it starts to get warm, then I'll plug it back in and let it heat back up. So right now I've got it on the stove. It's cooking down. Here in a few minutes we'll put it in a bowl and I'll get my lovely bride and we're going to dig into this stuff. Okay, so there's the end result. They say presentation is everything. Look at those bowls. Aren't those just fancy as all get out? So what we've got is we've got the 2 blocks of Philadelphia cream cheese, 1 pound of sausage, 1 can of tomatoes and green chilies, and the little scoop type chips. There you go. I'm telling you, if you'll make this and take this to one of your family dinners, People are gonna like it. It'll be a hit, won't it?
Yes.
Yes. My lovely bride has joined me. Now that the cooking is over, she's ready to mow down on my chip dip. Ready?
Yes.
We'll get you some. Let's see what we think. All right, I'll wait on you. Get you a scoop. I got it on my thumb. All right, dig in. Let's see. Get in here. Here we go. Ah. How'd I do? Did I do good? You gotta talk with your mouth full. The one snuff with your mouth full. Guarantee you, people will like this. Make it, take it to a dinner. If not, just make it and eat it for supper. That's what we're doing. Ready for supper?
Yes.
All right, we're eating. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me.